So I'm just gonna run through some like commentary and voiceover on these GoPro clips. These are clips from last week during the advanced clinic I was doing. Right off the bat here, we can see a ton of momentum getting carried through the pillows and then this super steep side hill. Side hill is actually steeper than what the dirt hillside is because of all the snow sloughing off the cliffs. Kind of stuffed it on that bow tie, but was able to pop out of it. Not too bad. If the snow was deeper, I probably would have trenched out and definitely lost momentum. There's an ice formation coming up here on the left that's really cool. Most years that's like covered in snow, but because we have a little bit lower snow year, it actually stands out really nicely. Kind of have to drop below that rock, duck under this tree, and then there's a log right across my line. Got super lucky on that. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I didn't feel like I could stop before hitting it, so I was like, well, we're just going to go for it. And just kind of, got lucky. I was able to ride that out. Kind of just cruising across. This is why I love Sealy. Like, we have such good tree spacing. You can build momentum and do more than just like fight your way through nasty brush. Like, there's plenty of space to do plenty of space for activities, really. And then we have rocks and logs and all these other things mixed in. There's that log. I didn't even see that log. That was like sticking out towards my head. I actually continue that line and get stuck like 2 seconds later, but I cut that out so you didn't have to see that. This is coming into a really cool downhill hopover. I don't know if I've ever done a downhill hopover like this where I came in wide open and I don't even chop the throttle, swing it around and like kind of slingshot myself into my side hill line. I love the downhill hopover, and you can tell like I was able to build a bunch of momentum out of that corner. Regular hopover maybe would have worked, but I don't know, it's just cool to have that option, and it's one of the reasons why I teach the downhill hopover at advanced clinics. This terrain's super unique. You can just see like all the pillows stacked up and the benches and cliffs. It's my favorite riding. Actually, this is my favorite zone in the whole world, and I have the privilege of like taking advanced riders in here and showing it to them, which is really cool. Kind of a tough spot to like teach people how to ride because it takes so much skill just to side hill through all those pillows. But if riders are good enough to ride it, it's fantastic. Once again, I kind of stuffed the front on that bow tie. Probably should have adjusted my bow tie style a little bit for how deep the snow was, just to land them a little bit smoother. Another example of a downhill hopover being a fantastic maneuver to get out of that situation without having to turn downhill. Regular hopover obviously wouldn't have worked there. Chase was actually shooting photos. That's why I did that maneuver there and didn't just keep going. He had a really cool alleyway of that. Just, I think, poking up through some of the tracked out stuff, looking for a line up to the top. This is a sweet window where I can build a bunch of momentum and just keep it pinned. Yeah, that was a fun line. I knew that one was there. I had done that one before, so I kind of cheated. That's why I could carry so much momentum. And then I didn't know this hole existed. Either it's normally filled in, or I've just never been right there. But I think there's a good chance it's normally filled in with so much snow I just never had an issue. So right now I'm driving forward and driving back, packing it a little bit. Had to lift the back end out a little bit, but basically just building enough of a trail that I can reverse to get out of that. Definitely the best option, being by myself right there. Get it packed a little bit, get the front end turned just enough to kind of pop it out. Oh yeah, I can't forget your tether. And this is kind of, I wouldn't say it's embarrassing, but I was starting to get frustrated because first I go into that hole, then I try to get out of it and I make that little mistake and wash out. And then I'm like, okay, I'll just reverse, get the front end low, side hill out of it. But I couldn't get my reverse to work the way I wanted, so then I rolled the sled over. Spinning the track when you're rolling the sled over is a great way to like get it free from the snowpack. And I didn't even have to roll it over, I guess. I just tipped it downhill, got it out of the trench, and then pushed up on the bars while giving it throttle to get it to come around. It's a great technique. You have to be kind of strong for it, but using the right technique makes it look like you're way stronger than you are. Just getting the timing of like pushing on the bars and throttle is key for that. Yeah, still playing in the benches here and cliffs. Just so much fun. This is my favorite riding. You can see some of the other guys during the clinic, you know, we're all ripping it together. When I pull these like shorter, harder lines, nobody's really following those, but the rest of the time I'm ripping with them. And it's actually exhausting for me because I'll go pull a line, wear myself out, come back to the group and like get somebody unstuck and then do a bow tie around them like that and just get destroyed, or not destroyed, but exhausted. Right here I'm just weaving in and around everyone. Another ice formation, lots of trenches, lots of holes to fall in. Takes so much riding skill to get through that, and you always have to be like on edge and prepared for it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this different style of video. Drop a comment, let me know if I should do more like this.